He can get half a point.
What?
He gets half a point.
What kind of game is this?
A competitive one. All right. What's the first game of yours I went to?
Stephen Curry's wife, Ayesha Curry, and his mom, Sonya Curry, were involved in a tense encounter with French police after the U.S. men's basketball team won gold at the 2024 Paris Olympics.
What happens when the seemingly perfect life of one of America's favorite couples starts to crack under the weight of fame, scrutiny, and legal troubles? Buckle up, because the story of Ayesha and Steph Curry is anything but ordinary. From their picture-perfect romance to the whirlwind world of celebrity scandals, this is a tale of love, ambition, and a whole lot of drama. Trust us, you're not going to want to miss what's coming next.
Who follows basketball knows you're married to Steph Curry.
I am.
And so what's the mood like? Obviously, things did not go as the Warriors hoped they would.
You know what? The mood right now looks like sloping greens and 9 irons and driver.
I see, it's a golfing type mood.
Let's start from the beginning. Ayesha Curry and Steve Curry, two names that have become synonymous with success, love, and picture-perfect family goals. They've built an empire together, balancing basketball greatness with entrepreneurial ventures and family life. But behind the glittering facade, cracks have started to form in the story of the rise. And the challenges they now face is nothing short of extraordinary. Their journey began in the most innocent of ways. Picture it. Charlotte, North Carolina, 2003. Ayesha was just 14 years old, and Steph, a year older, was the boy every girl in the church youth group had a crush on. Back then, their paths didn't seem destined for anything beyond casual acquaintance. Ayesha even brushed him off as your typical teenage heartthrob, but fate, as it often does, had other plans. Fast forward 5 years, and their lives had taken dramatically different turns. Ayesha had moved to Los Angeles to chase her dreams of acting and modeling, while Steph was carving out his name on the basketball courts of Davidson College. And then came that fateful visit to LA in 2008. Steve, in town for the ESPI Awards, decided to reach out to Ayesha. She had sworn she'd never date an athlete. Her parents had drilled into her the challenges that came with that lifestyle, but something about Steph was different. Against her better judgment, she agreed to meet him, and the rest, as they say, is history. Well, not quite. Their first date was anything but glamorous. Forget 5-star restaurants or Hollywood glitz. Ayesha picked him up in her beat-up Astro van, and they spent the day sipping chai lattes, strolling down Hollywood Boulevard, and snapping photos at Madame Tussauds. It was refreshingly simple, and Ayesha was struck by how humble and down-to-earth Steve was. He wasn't the cocky athlete she expected. Instead, he was funny, kind, and, most importantly, made her feel completely at ease.
What's the first thing you started cooking?
Oh my goodness. I think spaghetti, that's like a classic thing, right? That you learn how to make to survive.
Who taught you to make the spaghetti?
Food Network.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. Other kids were watching cartoons, and I was like falling asleep and waking up to Julia and Emerald and Rachel. So thanks, guys.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. A lot of people say, my grandma or my mom or something.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
For you, it was cable.
Yes.
But even their love story wasn't without its awkward moments. Their first kiss, let's just say it didn't go as planned. Steve leaned in mid-conversation, catching Ayesha completely off guard. She instinctively pulled away, realizing only too late what had just happened. Despite the rocky start, their connection was undeniable. It didn't take long for their relationship to blossom, with Ayesha being the first to say, "I love you." It was a vulnerable moment for her, and Steph's initial hesitation left her in tears. But a few months later, surrounded by family, he finally whispered those 3 words back to her, solidifying their bond. By 2010, Steve was ready to take the next step. He proposed in the driveway of Ayesha's parents' home, the same spot where they'd shared their first kiss. With her family secretly watching from the windows, he got down on one knee and asked her to be his wife. A year later, they tied the knot in the very church where they first met. It was a full circle moment that seemed to solidify their fairy tale romance.
The idea of being counted out. I'm curious, in the relationship here, in getting Ayesha, once you guys started dating, were you underrated?
It's a great question. I told her I would be in the area, and she reached out to me, gave me her number, and that's how I remember
my
it.
number, but you reached out initially. Bottom line.
Over the years, their family grew. In 2012, they welcomed their firstborn, Riley, who quickly became a social media sensation with her adorable antics during Steve's post-game interviews. By 2015, another daughter, Ryan, joined the family, and in 2018, their son, Cannon, completed the picture-perfect family portrait. From the outside looking in, it seemed like the Currys had it all: love, success, and a beautiful family. But while Steve was conquering the basketball world with the Golden State Warriors, Ayesha was quietly building an empire of her own. She refused to be just Steve Curry's wife. In 2016, she published her first cookbook, The Seasoned Life, which quickly became a bestseller. Fans loved her relatable, down-to-earth approach to cooking, and it wasn't long before she was hosting her own cooking show and opening restaurants. She even launched a lifestyle brand, Sweet July, which became a reflection of her passion for home, wellness, and empowerment. Ayesha had carved out her own identity, proving that she was a force to be reckoned with in her own right.
And so it's been this constant reminder for us to communicate with each other and to take a pause and share what we're grateful for. And so it's a reminder to write down something you're grateful for, put it in the jar, and it's there staring at us at all times in the kitchen.
Love that so much.
And so we do that around the table as often as we can, and it's just been great. And now the kids are volunteering themselves to do it.
Nice.
And so it's nice to just, again, take that pause and share a moment of gratitude with each other.
But as their fame grew, so did the pressures of life in the spotlight. The Currys became the golden couple of the sports and entertainment world, admired for their faith, devotion, and seemingly unshakable bond. Yet, behind the scenes, the weight of public scrutiny began to take its toll. For Ayesha, the challenges of being in the public eye were more intense than she could have ever anticipated. Every word she spoke, every post she shared was dissected and analyzed. Privacy became a luxury, and the line between her public persona and personal life blurred. Things took a turn when the couple decided to step back from their daily routines to focus on their family and future. What was supposed to be a magical reprieve quickly turned into a series of escalating problems. Small disputes snowballed into major controversies, with Ayesha finding herself at the center of legal battles and public backlash. Suddenly, the carefully curated image of the Currys began to unravel.
It's this lifelong sport, and it took me a long time to realize that. It's this lifelong sport, so even if I get 1% better every time,
Nice.
It's something that I can continue to work on, and my husband loves it, so I know we always have this activity that we can do together, no matter where we are in the world, and I'm just obsessed, to the point where my algorithms on my Instagram have changed.
Ayesha's journey from a church-going teenager with big dreams to a successful entrepreneur and public figure is nothing short of inspiring. But success came at a price. The media scrutiny was relentless, often twisting her words and turning her into an easy target for criticism. For years, Ayesha worked hard to build her brand, balancing her role as a wife and mother with her entrepreneurial ambitions. Yet, no matter how much she achieved, she was often overshadowed by her husband's immense fame. And then came the legal troubles, controversies she never saw coming. Ayesha found herself fighting battles not just for her own career, but for the stability of her family. From lawsuits to financial disputes, it seemed like the challenges were coming at her from every direction. The pressure was immense, and the cracks in their once perfect image became impossible to ignore.
It's a lot of money.
These kids that deserve an opportunity to achieve their full potential, especially from the Black and brown community, understanding where kids are falling behind, trying to do our part in a meaningful way.
A quality meal, a safe place to play, and access to books. It's the fact that these are three very simple things in life that every child should have access to. And so when you're not afforded those things, it's how can I even dream?
The Currys are committed.
So what happens when the golden couple of sports and entertainment finds themselves caught in the storm of public scrutiny and legal drama? How does someone like Ayesha Curry, who has fought so hard to establish her own identity, navigate the pitfalls of fame while holding her family together? The answers aren't simple, and the journey is far from over. Stay tuned, because the next chapter of this story dives even deeper into the controversies, the rumors, and the resilience that defines Ayesha Curry's remarkable life. So let's dive deeper into the whirlwind that has surrounded Ayesha Curry in recent years. If you thought the first part of her story was intense, buckle up, because this is where things start getting really complicated. Public scrutiny, relentless rumors, and legal battles have all played a role in reshaping her once idyllic public image. The cracks in the golden couple's carefully curated facade didn't just form overnight. They were carved out by years of whispers, speculation, and the kind of pressure that only fame can bring. So how does someone like Ayesha navigate the storm? The answer is not without a fight.
Our outreach, and it's been really exciting, but there's still so much more work to do.
Wow, it's in the right hands though. You guys are so awesome. Please keep up the great work, because the kids definitely need that type of support.
First, let's talk about the rumors. Oh, the rumors. It always starts with a whisper, right? A little bit of gossip here, a grain of speculation there. But when you're someone like Ayesha Curry, married to one of the most celebrated athletes in the world, those whispers don't stay quiet for long. They turn into nationwide debates, trending hashtags, and viral social media posts. And let's face it, most of the time, they're not even based on facts. Yet, they're loud enough to shake even the strongest of relationships. One of the earliest, and perhaps most damaging, rumors that Ayesha had to endure revolved around Steph's alleged infidelity. The story broke during what should have been one of the happiest times in their lives, her pregnancy with their third child. Out of nowhere, a Latina Instagram model claimed to have proof that Steve had been unfaithful. Did she provide any evidence? Absolutely not. But when has that ever stopped the internet from running wild? The accusations were plastered all over tabloids and social media, and while there was no substance to the claims, the damage had already been done. People started to question what seemed so untouchable: the Curry's marriage.
The South of France.
Yes,
Is we bougie in here?
No. I love the South of France so much. I like the way the air smells. I love the people. I love the ambiance. I love the beaches. I love the water. I love everything. That's our dog.
He likes the South of France too. He wants to go to San Jose. Where you want to go, dog? You want to go to San Jose?
For Ayesha, this was a nightmare. She had built her public persona around family values, faith, and loyalty. To suddenly have the world doubting the very foundation of her marriage was nothing short of humiliating. And let's be clear, Steve didn't help matters much by staying mostly silent. Sure, he denied the rumors, but the lack of an immediate and strong public defense left Ayesha to fend for herself. The media dissected every aspect of their relationship, from their body language at events to the timing of their social media posts. Ayesha, who was already dealing with the physical and emotional toll of pregnancy, now had to combat the public narrative that painted her as the naive wife of an unfaithful superstar. And just when it seemed like the dust was starting to settle, Ayesha inadvertently added fuel to the fire. In 2019, during an appearance on Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk, she opened up about her insecurities as a woman in the shadow of an NBA icon. She admitted that while Steve received constant attention from women, she sometimes wished she got that kind of attention herself. It was an honest moment, a vulnerable glimpse into the challenges of being married to a man whose fame often overshadowed hers. But, of course, the internet didn't see it that way. Her comments were taken out of context, twisted into accusations that she was attention-hungry or even ungrateful for her life. Memes flooded social media, mocking her for what was, at its core, a very human feeling. Instead of empathy, she got ridicule.
What non-NBA achievement am I most proud of?
Ooh, what non-NBA achievement are you most proud of? Holy. Being a dad.
So I was gonna say my family.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously the answer. My kids, and you are my biggest accomplishment and achievement, and I want to make sure it stays that way.
And then, who could forget the infamous blonde wig incident? Ayesha, known for her ever-changing style, decided to post a playful photo of herself wearing a platinum blonde wig. It should have been nothing more than a fun experiment, a harmless fashion moment. But social media had other ideas. Some fans mistook her for another woman entirely, leading to wild speculation that the blonde wig was a subtle jab at the cheating rumors. Was Steph into blondes? Was this Ayesha's way of sending a hidden message? The theories were ridiculous, but they spread like wildfire. A simple photo turned into yet another reason for strangers to dissect her marriage. But the most bizarre and damaging rumor of all was the speculation that Ayesha and Steve were in an open marriage. It started as a random theory on social media, with people claiming that their seemingly perfect relationship was actually a front for a more unconventional arrangement. According to these unfounded rumors, both Ayesha and Steve were allegedly stepping out on their marriage, all while maintaining a picture-perfect image for the public. For Ayesha, this was the final straw. She took to Instagram to shut down the speculation, calling it ridiculous and asking people to stop disrespecting her marriage. But even her direct response couldn't stop the narrative from spiraling out of control.
While it's unclear what exactly went down during the confrontation, Sonya can be heard yelling that someone touched the baby in the middle of the chaos. Ayesha was seen holding her and Stefan's youngest child, Caius, while she held their son, Cannon's hand. A man who came over to translate for the police can then be heard apologizing on behalf of an officer, saying sorry about the baby.
The constant scrutiny wasn't just a strain on Ayesha's personal life. It started to impact her career as well. As the rumors swirled, some of her business ventures began to face challenges. Her lifestyle brand, Sweet July, which had been a passion project and a testament to her entrepreneurial spirit, found itself caught in the crossfire of public perception. Some critics argued that her brand's message of positivity and empowerment fell at odds with the controversies surrounding her personal life. It was an unfair critique, but one that Ayesha couldn't entirely escape. Then came the legal battles. If the rumors weren't enough, Ayesha found herself embroiled in a lawsuit that threatened to derail years of hard work. In 2020, a celebrity branding company, Fully Entertainment, filed a lawsuit against her, claiming she had breached their contract. According to the company, they had been instrumental in shaping Ayesha's career beyond being just Steve Curry's wife. They argued that they had helped her land major deals from her Food Network show to her cookbook, and that they deserved a cut of her success. The lawsuit alleged that Ayesha had deliberately cut them out of projects they had developed together, including her homemade meal kit business and Yardy Girl, her production company. It was a messy, drawn-out legal battle that put a spotlight on Ayesha's business dealings in a way that she had never experienced before.
A lot of times things are bigger than basketball, so at this point he just wants his teammates to get healthy. So,
Right, yes, right, yeah. Had
Yeah.
a couple of bad injuries there
Yeah.
for sure. Well, it's good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
And you have got this, you love food and all of this kind of
Oh,
stuff.
I love it so
This
much.
is your thing.
And if that wasn't enough, Steph's own legal troubles started to spill over into their lives. His involvement with cryptocurrency and NFTs, once seen as savvy business moves, turned into a nightmare when controversies surrounding FTX and the Bored Ape Yacht Club came to light. Suddenly, Steph's name was being dragged into lawsuits accusing him of misleading the public and profiting from questionable ventures. As his wife, Ayesha, couldn't help but feel the impact. While she wasn't directly involved in these controversies, the association alone was enough to add more stress to an already overwhelming situation. But perhaps the most emotional moment came during the summer of 2024, in the middle of the Paris Olympics. Steve had just helped Team USA secure a historic gold medal, and the family was there to celebrate. What should have been a moment of pure joy turned into a tense and emotional altercation with French police. Ayesha, holding her newborn son, Kai, found herself stopped by officers enforcing a security blockade. When one officer allegedly touched baby Kai on the head, it set off a chain reaction. Ayesha's mother-in-law, Sonya Curry, passionately confronted the officers, and NBA star Draymond Green, who was with them, demanded answers. Videos of the incident went viral, showing Ayesha wiping tears from her face as the situation unfolded. It was a stark reminder of the challenges of living life in the public eye, where even private family moments can become fodder for global speculation.
We met when we were 14. I moved to the States when I was 14, and he was one of the first people that I met moving here. But we actually did have our first date down the street.
Here in Hollywood?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
a
this
true
is
story.
the most romantic neighborhood in the whole world. Where was the date?
On Hollywood Boulevard.
That's where we are.
I know. I picked him up in my '98 Astro van.
What?
And then there was the closure of her Sweet July store in Oakland. The official reason given was safety concerns, but not everyone bought that explanation. Some critics argued that the store's struggles were more about low customer traffic and economic challenges than anything else. The decision to close the store sparked backlash, with some accusing Ayesha of abandoning the community that had supported her. To make matters worse, the timing of the closure coincided with the opening of a new Sweet July cafe in Santa Monica, leading to speculation that her brand was moving away from its Bay Area roots in favor of catering to a more elite clientele. As the story of Ayesha and Steph Curry continues to unfold, one can't help but wonder, how do they manage to stay strong amidst such relentless public scrutiny? And what does the future hold for their family and careers as they navigate these challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what you think about their journey and how you believe they can overcome these obstacles. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity gossip and updates. Until next time, stay tuned.